All right, the Detroit Lions get a double dose of good news. Here it is. First one, Kirby Joseph is good to go. There was a second there where it's like, oh no, is he out or like what's going on? Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch will be in the lineup for the Detroit Lions defense, which is just awesome because we know the Lions are going to stop the run, but they can't give up big plays over the top. And having Kirby Joseph and now Brian Branch back is really important. The second thing that's really awesome is you see it right here. Frank Ragnow, no injury designation. So remember, there's limited practice, there's questionable, there's a lot of different stages that someone can be in, or you're not even on the injury report. Well, Frank Ragnow, remember, had a partially torn pec, keep him out the game before the bye. Then he has the bye, of course, and now he doesn't have anything. So it's not like a partial practice, limited practice, anything like that. It is just full go because there was a time last year before, basically his last few years, where basically every week Frank Ragnow was on the injury report, and he would just gut it out through the week and basically was very limited and just play on Sunday. And then the next week would go by and it's like this dude can barely walk, but he'd play on Sunday. So to have no injury designation is really awesome, and to have these two players ready to go is huge. But basically, the first good news is that both safeties are there. The second good news, Frank Ragnow's healthy, ready to go. So I know we don't like – you've heard a lot about the early bye thing, and that is right, just longer into the season your bye is just generally better. But at the same time, we were dealing with some things, and it's like, you know what? The bye came at a good time. Let's freshen up. We've gotten our bodies ready. My theory is we get the bye – get rested up, and I think we could be stronger, better going into this part of the season rather than like getting ourselves beat up because doesn't it feel like game 1, game 2, you're fresh, let's go. And then game 3, you see a lot of injuries. Week 4 across the NFL because it's like, man, you're just not conditioned for this week after week. So to have the Lions get through 4 games, then have a bye week, freshen up, and now can go off I think is huge. And now as you look to the Dallas Cowboys, man, it's just the Cowboys, right? It's always going to be, they're always overhyped. Number one, just always overhyped. Whenever it's at Dallas, historically, in the last, basically in the Dak Prescott era, they've played really well at home, especially early in the season. Also, I heard Colin Cowherd say this, and he nailed it, was that, I don't want to take credit for it, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, this last 10-year era, they have just feasted on, in their own division, playing twice, the Commanders and the Giants at their lowest, right? The Commanders and Giants it just been terrible, and so that's 4 games a year, basically 4 wins a year in the division that Dak Prescott gets. So it's always like, are they good? Are they not? It's always hard to evaluate them, but if you look on paper at these guys, it's like, okay, it's interesting because let me just go to this here. The last 2 games, statistically, the Lions' pass offense is much improved than it was the first 2 games. When we lost to the Buccaneers, we were all out of whack, and we all know it. We don't throw it like that. We're out of shotgun. Instead, we've calmed way down. We're running the ball. We fully understand now, and I think we did before, but now it's very obvious that we have a great 2-headed monster at running back. And I think those guys, listening to them, have really bought into the 2-headed monster approach. They're like, yeah, this is great. I'm loving it. Go in there. Before it was like, man, I want to be out there. No. Let's go. Like, you go, I'll go. And so we're going to continue to do that. Now, here's the big part. We keep talking about it, is the Lions' run offense is ranked 2nd in the NFL. The Cowboys' run defense is 31st. This is the game, right? I mean, this is, if they can't stop us running the ball, then we win. And so if you look at it, so it says right here, basically the Lions have just been running the ball. Even against the Buccaneers, they end up running okay. If I remove kneel downs, the Lions' yards per carry jumps to 4.6 yards per carry against the Cardinals and 4.5 against the Seattle Seahawks. That said, look at the yards per carry allowed by each team thus far. Detroit has played a lot of bad rushing defense, and they've eaten off of every one of them. That is key. The Lions are playing in their bad run defenses because we haven't played that many games where whoever we've played and put up a bunch of yards, it's like, well, they automatically they're a bad run defense. No, we just put up a lot of yards on them too. I would argue that. And another thing down here, it shows this is a big part. The overall stats look good, especially without a rushing quarterback. So you've got these other teams that can just have Kyler Murray break off a 50-yarder, right? It's a scramble. It's a weird play. He scrambles around. It's not a design run. He can get 50 yards. Lamar Jackson can go for 60 yards. Not even that. Let's just say a 30-yard run. So you get my point. This is traditional. These running numbers are two back. Let's go. They rank 10th in yards per carry, but third in EPA run with plus 11. First in adjusted line yards, fourth in success rate, all these things. We looked at it yesterday. The biggest thing about the Dallas Cowboys is they rank dead last in the stuff rate. And this is an advanced metric that basically says how many times do you stop an opponent at 0 or negative yards. And the Dallas Cowboys only do that 1 out of 10 plays, 10 rushing plays. 9 out of 10 rush plays against the Dallas Cowboys, you're gaining yards. Well, it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 50, but you can push these guys. And the Lions have been so successful at that all year. Let's just stick with that, right? Just pound the rock here. We got Frank Ragnow coming back. It just feels hard-pressed to see us go away from that. Now, what you'll see is play action. So any passes should be play action because they are going to sell out for the run. They know it. We know it. You have to stop the run. So there's the play action. They're going to sell out for it. Play action should be wide open. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's the game. I mean, let's go. Feels like the Lions haven't played in forever either. I don't know because the week before was the Monday night game, so that was out of whack. I just can't wait for a Sunday game. Just playing. And we're going to go live after the game as well, so make sure you check us out. If you're new to the channel, love if you would subscribe. If you've been watching us for any length of time and have not subscribed, please do that. Just hit that subscribe button. 25,000 subs is what we're going for, and hopefully we can get there. Again, if you're new, thanks for joining us, and we'll see all of you on the next one.